It was a green, lushy day, clear skies, sun shining bright. Tourists were roaming with their families. Newly married couples were there to celebrate their honeymoon, and children were roaming with their families. Happy faces, little were they aware that within a whisker of a second, their lives will be turning upside down. And within a second, some of the terrorists entered the area and started firing. They asked about the religion of the men and separated the men from the families, the husband from the wives, the son from the mothers, and the father from their daughters. And they shot them in front of all of them. The Pahalgaon terrorist attack. It all started on 22nd of April at the Baisaran Valley of Pahalgaon, popularly known as the mini Switzerland, known for its scenic beauty and tourism. Will now always be remembered as one of the most barbaric terrorist attacks that have taken place in Kashmir and in India also. On that day, the terrorists shot down 26 civilians, 25 Indian nationals and one Nepali citizen was killed. So the females who went there as married women returned as widows. This was the day which marked one of the lowest points in the India-Pakistan relations. Hello and welcome to the In News series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the Operation Sindoor. So the Prime Minister of India, when he cut down short his Saudi Arabia trip and returned back to India after knowing about the Pahalgaon terrorist attack, vowed to people and said that the perpetrators of this terrorist attack and whoever is responsible for this terrorist attack will have to pay for what they have done. The Defense Minister of India talked about getting the justice done. And the armed forces of India has done what they were told to do, and they have done it the way that people was expecting them to do. Justice is served. Now, this is what the Indian Armed Forces has said and has done. So, the people who have lost their lives in the Pahalgaon terrorist attack, the family members of those victims, they wanted the justice. And since the time of 22nd of April, everyone was on their seats or the edges of their seats and wanted to know that what will be the next step which India was taking. The global media was covering the incident, and all over the world, all over the globe, every country condemned the terrorist attack which took place. The resistant front claimed the responsibility of the terrorist attack, and now by the Operation Sindoor, the Indian Armed Forces or the Indian government has done and the justice has been served. So the Indian Armed Forces has attacked 9 terrorist infrastructure in the Pakistan and the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So let us look into it. So there was a tweet which has been done by the Ministry of Defense, and the tweet talks about that India has launched Operation Sindoor. As Operation Sindoor, the name in itself is very symbolic and the name in itself is very, very emotional. As the females who went there and who were there, out of those 26 people who have lost their lives, many females have lost their husbands, and many females who went there for tourism activities returned back as widows. They went to that place with their husbands, but when they came back, they were alone. And that is why the name Operation Sindoor becomes all the more emotional, becomes all the more important. So India has launched Operation Sindoor, which is a precise and a restrained response to the barbaric Pahalgaon terror attack that claimed 26 lives, including one Nepali citizen. These were focused strikes which were carried out on 9 terrorist infrastructure sites in Pakistan and Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. So in total 9 terrorist sites has been attacked. This was a missile attack. targeting the routes of cross-border terror planning. So as Pakistan, which is known as the safe haven for terrorism and has always been attacked by the countries and all over the world and all over the globe for giving safe havens to terrorists and also giving or promoting the terrorism activities. So importantly, no Pakistani military facilities were hit. So Pakistani military facilities were not hit and civilian casualties has also not been reported, reflecting India's calibrated and non-escalatory approach. So this was a non-escalatory approach from India. This operation underscores India's resolve to hold perpetrators accountable while avoiding unnecessary provocation. So this was a tweet which has been done by the Ministry of Defense. Now, before moving forward, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now shifted to Noida and the admissions are open for the IAS GS Foundation course covering both prelims and mains. English medium batches starting from 7th of May, while admissions are open for the Hindi medium batches. In case of any query, give us a call at 87501 87501. So, the terror camps said to have been targeted are linked to the various banned outfits. These banned terror outfits, like for example, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hizbul Mujahideen. So, it has been said that the 9 infrastructure that has been attacked by the Indian missiles or by the Indian armed forces, these belong to these terrorist organizations, targeting the routes of cross-border terror planning. Then the states across the country are also prepared to conduct mock drills following the directions of the Ministry of Home Affairs. So all over the India, few locations have been spotted and the mock drills has been conducted on those locations, and these directions has been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. And the United Nations Security Council has also discussed the rising tensions between India and Pakistan on the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack, which claimed 26 lives. And this has been considered as the lowest point with regard to the relationship between India and Pakistan. And also, before these missile strikes that has taken place, there were few other steps also which India has taken on the wake of the Pahalgam terrorist attack, that the suspension of the Indus water treaties has taken place, and the Pakistani nationals who were there in India also has to return back, and the borders between India and Pakistan will now be remained closed. So because the Pakistan is considered as a safe haven for terrorism and there has been promotion of terrorism from their land, and this has worked as a very big negative for the India, and the Indian civilians are losing their lives. So this was Operation Sindoor done by the government of India and the armed forces of India. Now let us talk about the 9 locations which has been targeted under the Operation Sindoor. So in total there were 5 locations of the Pakistan occupied Kashmir and 4 locations within Pakistan. So the name of the locations are Muzaffarabad, Kotli, Gulpur, Bhimber, Sialkot, then come Muridke, Chakamru, and then Bhavalpur. Now Bhavalpur is one of the locations which is around 100 kilometers deep within Pakistan, and this also is considered one of the main, or you can say one of the headquarters of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. So now these are the 9 locations which has been striked down by the Indian armed forces. Now let us talk about the weapons which has been used by the Indian armed forces. So it was the Rafale fighter jet which carried the Scalp missile and the Hammer bomb. So Rafale fighter jet, Scalp missile and Hammer bomb. Now let us talk about the Scalp missile, also known by the name of Storm Shadow. So these are a missile which are long range air launched cruise missile, and the distance it can travel is up to 250 kilometers and designed for deep strike capabilities. So this was the Scalp missile. Now coming on to the bomb which has been used, and that is the Hammer bomb. So that is highly agile modular munition, extended range. This was used to strike hardened infrastructure as reinforced bunkers and multi-storied buildings which are used as training and logistical center by these banned terrorist organizations. And the precision guided standoff munition capable of striking targets, and the range it can target up to is 50 to 70 kilometers depending on the launch altitude. So you need to remember the name of the missile, that is the Scalp missile. It is a cruise missile. It is a long range missile, around 250 kilometer distance is the range. Then comes the Hammer bomb. So the range is around 50 to 70 kilometers and it is used to strike hard infrastructure. Now the other weapons were like loitering munitions they were the kamikaze drones. So the kamikaze drones were also used and they were deployed for surveillance, target acquisition and terminal strike roles, and also in case of getting any kind of information with regard to what is happening on that particular region or location. So they hover over target areas and either autonomously or under remote control, and they identify and eliminate threat, and they also provide information back to the source. Now look at this image. So the missiles were carried by the Rafale fighter jets. These were the Storm Shadow missile, also known as the Scalp missile, and these were the Hammer bombs which has been used. And in the end, a prelims MCQ, and like always, you people need to tell me the answer in the comments below. So the question is, what was the primary objective of Operation Sindoor, which has been launched by the Indian Armed Forces? To conduct humanitarian relief operations in earthquake-hit regions of Pakistan. Second, to target terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Then to carry out joint military exercises with the United States in the Indo-Pacific region. Or fourth, to assist in the evacuation of Indian nationals from conflict zones in the Middle East. So I think this would be an easy one for you. So give me the answer in the comments below, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.